Did Donald Trump direct Fox News host Jeanine Pirro to violate his gag order for him after court yesterday? Well, a lot of people are speculating that he did, and we don't know for a fact, but I'm going to lay out the timeline of events and let you guys decide for yourself. But firstly, what do we know about Fox News for a fact? Well, we know that they are okay with doing Donald Trump's dirty work for him. Last year, they lost nearly $800 million after settling out of court with Dominion voting systems because they couldn't stop spreading this big lie, about unprecedented, widespread election fraud across all these swing states, but there was no proof. Just last month, Hunter Biden said he will sue them soon because they are spreading unfounded lies about him that came from this so-called laptop. Not only do Fox News hosts constantly run defense for Donald Trump, no matter the situation, but they also enable him. They've enabled him thus far and allowed him to erode every single norm in the book by spreading these massive lies. January 6th never would have happened without right-wing media enabling Donald Trump. This lie about massive, widespread election fraud would have never spread like wildfire if it weren't for right-wing media. So that brings us to yesterday. Yesterday, Donald Trump went through day 15 of court, and this MeidasTouch article reads, "Did Donald Trump direct Jeanine Pirro to violate the gag order for him?" At the end of the testimony today, criminal defendant Donald Trump summoned Fox News host Jeanine Pirro over to speak with him privately as he was leaving the courtroom. This was reported by New York Times' Maggie Haberman. Maggie Haberman, who is reporting from inside the courthouse, wrote, "Trump looks delighted as he stands up at the end of the proceedings. He sees Jeanine Pirro as he leaves and whispers, 'Come.'" So we can assume from there that they had a quick conversation inside the courtroom. This article continues, "Several hours later, Trump directed his followers on Truth Social to tune in specifically to watch Jeanine Pirro on Sean Hannity's show. He didn't promote any other shows to watch tonight. He didn't promote any other guest on Hannity's show. He specifically directed people to watch only Pirro on Hannity tonight. Why?" Donald Trump posted on Truth Social at 7:02, 2 hours before Sean Hannity's segment, "Watch Judge Jeanine tonight on Sean Hannity, 9 p.m. Fox News." When Pirro went on Hannity 2 hours after Trump's post, she spent the entire interview making comments that would violate the gag order if Trump, one of his attorneys, or one of his official representatives said them. I watched the segment, and it really does feel like she was working as a proxy for Donald Trump to help him discredit the witnesses, discredit the case, to spread these lies for him like they have done in the past. Here, she viciously and disgustingly attacked Stormy Daniels exactly how Trump would do it, almost word for word, in an attempt to bring down Stormy's credibility. Before I play the segment, make sure to leave a like on this video and comment a blue heart. I know it's hard to watch Fox News, but run this clip.
The fact that she alleges she had some kind of encounter with him in 2006, and a decade later, 2017, he's paying for her to stay silent is absurd. And the whole idea that this woman, who is capable of even telling the truth, is stunning given who she is and what she does for a living. She hates Donald Trump. She makes fun of him. She's sold merchandise. She's made $1 million, well over $1 million since her alleged encounter with Donald Trump. And so you have to say to yourself, what did she do? $800,000 for the book, $130 for the non-disclosure, another $120 for some other tour. Then there's a Make America Horny tour. Then there's Saint whatever her name is, Stormy, in like some religious robe. This woman is exactly what you know she is. But I want
the way Jeanine Pirro is acting in that clip, just performatively rattling off all of these talking points without engaging with the underlying truths, should tell you everything. She says, what are the odds Donald Trump has sex with someone in 2006, then over a decade later in 2017 has to pay them off, but she's completely ignoring the timing. What happened in year 2016, 2017? Donald Trump was running for office. He was getting inaugurated, so of course that is why the timing lines up a decade later. It's another case of Fox News just selectively reporting facts, skirting around the real truths and drawing their own narrative. But I'll finish reporting the story in a second. I just want to point out the way that the media has treated Biden over the past few months. I came across this really interesting tweet from John Byrne Murdoch that says, "Here's a fun chart that didn't make it into my column this week. Biden's age was the biggest story in town for 2 months until it wasn't." And this chart shows the monthly number of news articles written about Biden's age. And you can see there was a massive peak during the first quarter of 2024 when there was a lot of interest in it. Over 200 articles a month were written solely about Biden's age. Not his legislative accomplishments, not his good moments during speeches, but about his age. And now that is coming back down. But when you have this entire right-wing media apparatus running defense for Donald Trump constantly, twisting his words to make them look more palatable, and then you have these same media apparatuses both on the left and the right only talking about Biden's age, that is going to do damage to Biden's campaign. And I'm not saying the media shouldn't criticize Biden or Biden's age. That is fine. That is what the media is for in a democracy. But when every single story is about Biden's age and then every single story is also about running defense for Trump, we obviously have a problem in the media. I am going to relentlessly start talking about the Biden admin's accomplishments so people don't forget. For example, just last month, the FTC banned non-compete clauses, which only helps this booming labor market. It makes labor markets more efficient. It allows employees to negotiate with their employers in a more efficient way. It's all around great, but the media is not covering that because they're too busy covering Biden's age and running defense for Trump during his trials. But to finish off this MeidasTouch article, Pirro then committed what would be gag order violations by attacking Michael Cohen and talking about the jury. She even said that a federal judge found that he was a serial liar, which would be an especially egregious violation that would likely put Trump in jail if he said that. But he doesn't have to say it because Pirro is saying it for him. Trump is specifically prohibited from directing others to make statements that would violate the order. So why would he want to speak to Pirro so badly right after court? What did he tell her? Why did he specifically direct his social media followers to watch an interview where she would spend the entirety of it making attacks that would violate the order? Again, what I'm saying is speculation. We don't have any definitive answers, but it does seem like those two were oddly in sync. It does seem like Donald Trump did some sort of subtle wink, and Jeanine Pirro knew that she should rip into Stormy Daniels and the jury that night on television. And I know a lot of us over the past few months have been floating this idea that the reason why Donald Trump is testing the limits of these gag orders so persistently is because he wants to play the victim when he's inevitably punished. He wants to say, look, they're persecuting me. I'm a martyr. But that theory was only confirmed the other day when I was listening to Charlie Kirk's podcast. I don't like Charlie Kirk, but I listen to it so you don't have to. And so I can get all of the information about what the right wing is thinking every single day. It's very, very helpful for my debates and my shows to listen to right wing podcasts. But he was saying he hopes Donald Trump is punished for violating this gag order, not because he dislikes Donald Trump, but because he thinks that it will help Donald Trump's status. He likened him to Nelson Mandela. He said Donald Trump will have the Nelson Mandela effect if he's jailed, which is absolutely ridiculous. Nelson Mandela was jailed for orchestrating protests. Donald Trump would be jailed for violating gag orders because he made fraudulent business payments. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment a blue heart, subscribe. Most importantly, have a great Saturday, everyone.